Barely. Yeah? Yeah? Gotcha. So the buzz is on the, okay, I got you. Right. Okay. So it was on the, that's the automation feed, the Simian feed, basically. Okay. All right. Well, I don't know what would bring that about, but I guess we'll have to figure that out at some point. Okay. Okay. That's all right. Yeah. Okay. And then there it was. Okay. All righty. We're waiting for Betsy Sweeney. Hopefully she remembers. I scheduled this 2 weeks ago, so hopefully she remembers. No, I think she's calling. So let me know when she's there, when she's on the line. Thank you. I'm hoping one more day of this crap and maybe this medicine will help, because I'm feeling like I told Kayleen I was thinking about not even doing the show today, but felt pretty good when I got up this morning, but I'm wearing down fast, so I don't think I could do 3 hours, but I can do 2. Hopefully by tomorrow things will be better. Yep.
With a high near 55. Overnight low of 42 under mostly cloudy conditions. Mostly cloudy with a few widely scattered showers for your Thursday, with highs in the low to mid 50s. Have yourself a great day, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm Darnell Foster.
The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of this station or its sponsors.
Here we go.
What is happening?
What's going on? What's going on?
It's the end of the year. We are all fried.
This is that end of the year rush.
The end of the year.
The end of the year.
It is!
Already?
It really is. Where's the time gone? Where's the time gone?
It's the end of the year. People get nostalgic.
What are you waiting for? New Year?
Should all acquaintance be forgot?
See you next year.
And all anxiety.
It's showtime.
On FM, on AM, online, on demand, and on video. We are where you are. The Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe is here now.
Indeed, we are. It's 46 degrees at the Wheeling, Ohio County Airport, 44. Here at my home studios in the Elm Grove section of Wheeling, 43 degrees at the Robinson Auto Group Studios downtown Wheeling, in the heart of the Ohio Valley. Going to see a few showers to start the morning. Probably that's pretty much over and done with now. Otherwise, cloudy, calm day today. It's going to be up to around 53. So that's going to be, I call it a spring-like day, actually. Might see a little bit more rain later tonight and into tomorrow morning. Look for some rain tomorrow. High 56 tomorrow, close to 60 by Saturday, by New Year's Day. But we are going to start seeing the temperatures drop next week into much more seasonable temperatures. So there you go. What are we doing today? Where have we been? Where are we going? Got a lot I want to get into. Coming up shortly, we're going to talk about downtown Wheeling and living downtown, housing downtown, and a new survey that the Heritage folks put together on what people are thinking about downtown living and what kind of amenities they need and so on. We'll get into that with Betsy Sweeney from the Heritage Group in just a couple of minutes. If traffic was a big story of the year that we are just wrapping up, if it's going to be one of our top stories of 2021, traffic, tie-ups, construction, and all that kind of stuff, 2022 looks like it's starting off the same way. Next Monday, we'll bring the closure of the much-used Washington Avenue Bridge in Wheeling. They're going to be closing it for 30 days and making emergency repairs there. So yet another traffic trouble for the Ohio Valley, but it's the kind of stuff that's necessary, I guess. It was a successful shopping season for retailers, and the statistics show we spent a lot of money this year, 8.5% increase over last year, and the highest retail sales in 17 years, so we did really well. But now retailers are inundated with returns, and some of the major online retailers say it's too expensive for them to bother to take items back. They're just telling people to keep their items, we'll send you the money. We talked about that earlier. May follow through on that a little bit later on. Local attorney and county commissioner Don Nickerson gets the nod for a seat on the new intermediate court in West Virginia. That opens up a seat on the Ohio County Commission whenever the court gets started. And we've been talking about how that seat will be filled, and it all comes down to timing there, so we'll talk about that. Plus, coming up in the next half hour, ABC will continue its year in review look back at the big stories of 2020. I wrote on my sheet here, 2022. Wouldn't it be nice if we could look today and see what the big stories of 2022 were going to be? Biff, let's look back on 2022 before it even is here. I guess I better make that correction. ABC continues its year in review look back at the big stories of 2021. So we'll do that coming up in the next hour of the show. Anywhere along the way, you have something on your mind, text me, 304-214-1600, 304-214-1600, or the CityNet hotline, 304-232-8255, 304-232-TALK, and I'd be happy to get you on the phone line. It is 8:14 here on the Watchdog Morning Show. Now, it's early winter, feels like spring outside, early winter, but the folks at Gas Buddy, they are the gasoline price predictors. They're looking ahead to where we're going to be going in 2022, and a new forecast predicts the national average for a gallon of gas is going to rise to $3.41 a gallon in 2022, and they predict price of the pump could peak nationally at $3.79 in May, getting close to $4 a gallon, and then probably go back down to current levels by late 2022. So we'll be looking for what is gas around here right now? If I haven't paid any attention, I just fill it up, and
I've seen.
I get upset when I look at the price. So I don't know what is it these days.
Well, I've seen range. I'd say anywhere from about 309 to 324.
Yeah. Okay. They say 302 a gallon is the average right now, so national average. So that makes sense. So they're predicting price of the pump will go nationally to $3.79 by May, and then go back down a little bit after that. The head of petroleum analysis of Gas Buddy says we could see a national average that flirts with, or in the worst case scenario, potentially exceeds $4 a gallon. AAA reported on Monday of this week, a couple days ago, the national average for a gallon of gas fell to $3.29 from a peak of $3.42 back in early November. So could $4 a gallon gas be coming? Yeah, probably not. It could be getting close to it. Yeah, probably. Not tomorrow, not the next day, not the beginning of January, but as the next few months go by. 8:16 here on the Watchdog Morning Show, and it is 44 degrees. We'll talk about housing downtown Wheeling coming up next.
Coming up on Metro News Hotline.
If we don't have Betsy, by the time we come back, I'm going to do COVID update, Biff. No guest yet? Okay, I just double checked and she is supposed to call us, so I'm guessing, once again, something got screwed up. Okay. We'll do COVID next, and I don't know what we'll do after that because I'm running out of stuff. Yeah, we can do that. That's good.
Virginia families and ask him to never stop fighting for West Virginia. Paid for by the U.S. Chamber of Commerce and supported by the West Virginia Chamber of Commerce.
You're never too far from the most local programming in the Ohio Valley. Find us here. AM 1600 and 1370. FM 98.1 and 97.7. We are the Watchdog. The Watchdog.
Miss a part of the show? Want to hear a segment again? Check out our podcast page at watchdognetwork.com. The Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe continues.
COVID-19 update.
Well, let's take a look at some of the COVID numbers and the COVID stories across the country today. The U.S. hit a record high number of daily COVID-19 cases yesterday. The 7-day average in this country, a little over a quarter of a million, 254,496 cases. That surpasses the previous high number that was recorded just about a year ago, back in January of this year, according to data from the Johns Hopkins University. And the dean of the Brown University School of Public Health told CNN this week, this coming January, is going to be a really, really hard month. The Omicron variant now makes up 59% of all new cases, according to the CDC. The remaining 41% are mainly the older Delta variant. Largest increase in cases, Maryland, Virginia, Washington, D.C., although West Virginia still comes in pretty close behind that, but not in the top three. Governor Justice and members of his coronavirus task force yesterday said it's kind of a mixed bag in West Virginia. The Omicron variant cases are increasing in the state. We have jumped from 3 to 18 Omicron variant cases across the state. Governor Justice says it will surely skyrocket before this is over. There are 9 cases in Berkeley County, 5 in Mon County, one each in Fayette, Harrison, Kanawha, and Marion counties. The Interagency Task Force Director, Jim Hoyer, said there's been a significant increase in COVID-related hospitalizations in recent days. Yesterday, 95 new admissions. That is up from 75 the day before, so the numbers are increasing, and then up 45 from the week before. So in the course of about a week, from 45 new hospital admissions in West Virginia to a total of 95 new hospital admissions. And of course, the governor and his COVID czar, Dr. Clay Marsh, keeps saying this is preventable. All we have to do is get vaccinated and boosted, and they're right. Biff, I'm beginning to think that haranguing about boosting is just not going to do any good anymore. I mean, I think those who are going to get their vaccines and get their booster shots have probably done it. We may be able to get a few more, but I think we have to live with what we've got. People are just not going to do it. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm the governor, I'd just quit wasting the time and harping on it. And people have already made up their minds, and they're gonna stick with it. The people that have got vaccinated and boosted have already done so, and you know they're going to be fine. And the people that still to this point have not. Look, we're almost to the end of the year. If they haven't changed their mind by the end of the year, forget it. It's not happening.
You know, there are probably a few people who are, I don't want to use the word lazy, you know, just kind of dragging their heels on getting it. Okay, but so, you know, yeah, there are some people who will probably still get it. But look, day after day after day, the governor's sitting there going, why, heavens to Bets and Murgatroyd, it's just killing people. You got to get your, I mean, day after day after day. Governor, and I appreciate your thought, Governor. I mean, I'm sincere in saying I appreciate that you are making that effort. If it hasn't worked by now, you're not going to harangue anybody else into getting it. So I don't know what the answer is, what the next step of this is. I really don't. Other than, I guess, in some businesses, they're going to have mandates. You know, you're going to have to get it. If you're going to keep on working, you have to get the vaccine. But haranguing people just isn't going to work. It just isn't going to work. Maybe the idea was good in the beginning, the governor getting in front of everybody all the time and saying, you got to get your shots, but it's not working. And Baby Dog hasn't helped. Are we still in the middle of a Baby Dog? Are they still doing Baby Dog contests, Biffy?
I think whatever they were doing, I think it's ended.
Okay, I don't know.
Because I haven't heard or seen anything since whenever they did that last drawing. I haven't heard anything or seen anything since then. So maybe it's finally all finished.
No, I wouldn't be. I think when the governor, I was just looking for my notes here and I can't find them. The governor last week, on Friday, I think of last week, before the holiday weekend, probably not Friday, that was the holiday itself. Excuse me. The governor announced the things he was going to use the rest of the CARES money for. Excuse me, Biffy. I'm sorry. Turn the mic off just for a second, Biff, and chatter if you'd like to.
We'll wait for Howard to rejoin us here.
Little Coke Zero. See if that'll clear the pipes. Okay. The governor outlined the final expenditures of CARES money, and he had several $1 million set for Baby Dog contest, but I think that was the old Baby Dog contest. I don't think it was the new one. Anyways, Baby Dog hasn't worked. The governor's haranguing hasn't worked. Ohio is running a very clever television ad right now, and it's clever because there's no audio to it. It just looks like texting on your TV screen, and it catches your attention because it's quiet. There's no audio. It's silent. You look at it and you go, "Oh, something wrong. Where's the sound?" So it's actually a little. So maybe some of these commercials will catch people's attention, but
they've done that. They've done that before in Ohio. They're the ones that they tell you to get the shot and they give you that real long web address at the end. But they've they did that when it first started, I think, or when they wanted you to first get the vaccines, because I've seen them before. So this isn't the first time that Ohio has used the, I guess you could call them the text messaging commercials, where it just gives you the, like you said, all you see is the alert, but you hear, like when you send a text, you get that noise or whatever. Yeah, that's what it is. But they've done that before in the past. That's not the first time they've done it, and apparently it must have worked enough the first time that people went and got vaccinated or did whatever, because they're bringing them back again. So apparently something over in Ohio must have either worked, or it was good enough for them to bring those types of commercials back.
Yeah, I think that, listen, I believe in the power of advertising. So commercials like that, or PSAs, whatever they are, can help, raise awareness, and that might move some people to it. And these texting ones, to me, they catch your attention because they're different. All right, and when they're different, you pay attention. Now, does that drive you to action? I don't know. I mean, I'm sure they've done some research on this, but at least they're different. You at least pay attention to it. I don't know how we're going to get the vaccine rates up. Again, mandates may be one answer in some businesses. Family members encouraging other family members may be one way to do it. We had one member of our family that said, I don't need a vaccine. It wasn't anti-vaccine, just said, I don't need a vaccine. I am strong. I am like bull. I don't need one. And after a while, I said, would you please just for the family, go get one? Oh, okay, I will go get one. And he got one. So maybe, family connections, maybe. And Biff, a year ago, the governor said this on ABC, I think. The real motivation for people to get vaccines, when people die. When people die is when people take a look and go, oh, wait, maybe. 28 new deaths yesterday in West Virginia. 17 of the deaths, these were some new, all across the country, they're discovering their dashboards, their counting systems haven't worked very well. So they've had to realign some of these numbers in West Virginia. But the Department of Health and Human Resources yesterday reported 28 new deaths. But some of those go back a ways because they were adding ones they had forgotten before. But death is definitely part of the motivating thing. We've talked before about a number of the talk show hosts. I think at least 3 talk show hosts I know of who have been hard-line, rabid, conservative, anti-vaxxers have died. And who at the very last said, maybe I should have actually gotten a vaccine. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. I do know that, and again, with due respect to the governor, I do mean that sincerely, he's trying. I just don't think the governor's haranguing us is going to move anybody anymore. If it was going to move anybody, it would have done it 6 months ago, 8 months ago. Not now. All right, that's our COVID update for the morning here on the Watchdog Morning Show. We've got a few year-in review stories from ABC to get to in the next half hour, and then we'll turn things over to the legislative watchdogs coming up at 9 o'clock. It's 8:30. We're looking at 46 degrees at the airport, 44 at the home studios, 43 at the Robinson Auto Group Studios downtown Wheeling in the heart of the Ohio Valley.
The WTRF Channel 7 News Update is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
Now it's...
Biff, let's do year in review, entertainment, celebrity deaths. And politics, voting laws. And maybe racial reckoning. I'm sorry about coughing in your ear, Biff.
EA, we give a voice to the voiceless. We fight for those who...
Brought to us by Kroger, the official grocer of WVU Athletics. I'm Tony Caridi on the Mountaineer Sports Network from Learfield.
Introducing our new redesigned 7 News app. Our new app features a sleek, modern design and easy-to-navigate home screen with quick access to local news content and a localized weather forecast. Subscribing to notifications is easier, and with one tab, you have access to recent push notifications. There are more ways to watch and find video. To get the new WTRF 7 News app, just update the latest version or download the WTRF 7 News app in your Apple or Google Play Store by searching WTRF.
Menards carries a great selection of Richmond water heaters to make sure you have hot water when you need it. With high-efficiency models and tankless options to choose from, you'll find the perfect fit for your family and save on energy costs for years to come. Richmond water heaters work hard behind the scenes so you can focus on what matters most. Menards has great deals going on now through Saturday, January 1st during Menards New Year's sale.
Save big money at Menards.
A serious injury from an accident can be just the start of your worries. What if you cannot return to work? How do you take care of your family if you're disabled? At Gelner Law Offices, we represent seriously injured people and understand their problem. We know how to get you fair compensation. We will work hard to make sure you get the money you deserve for your losses. Don't go it alone. If you're hurt in an accident, call us at 304-242-2900 or visit us at gelnerlaw.com.
We'd like to help.
Biden and Pelosi's socialist multi-trillion-dollar spending plan, forcing us to pay for abortion, has been defeated. And it's because Senator Joe Manchin stood strong. These days, it's rare for politicians to keep their word, but Senator Manchin promised to oppose the extreme abortion agenda of Washington liberals, and that's exactly what he did. Call Senator Joe Manchin at 202-224-3954. Thank him for not forcing West Virginians to pay for abortion. Paid for by Susan B. Anthony List.
Are you traveling? Working a little bit too much? Is your fur baby starting to get a little shaggy? Let Dirty Paws be your one-stop shop for all of your pet care needs. Stop in and see us at 202 18th Street or give us a call at 304-639-7754 to schedule your appointments for dog grooming, doggy daycare, and dog boarding today.
Frio Stack and Associates Auctioneers, Realtors, Certified Appraisers specializing in antiques, business liquidations, multi-parcel land auctions. Frio Stack and Associates is a regional business offering the executor, attorney, agent, and other individuals the most comprehensive and technologically advanced auction and appraisal services available. For information on our service, call our office at 304-233-3168 or email frioauc@aol.com. Frio Stack and Associates sells the earth and everything on it.
You want sports talk? We got the goods all night long. Tune into Sports Map Radio, evenings and overnights on FM 98.1, AM 1600. We are the Watchdog.
Miss a part of the show? Want to hear a segment again? Check out our podcast page at watchdognetwork.com. The Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe continues.
It's 8:40, 20 till the hour here on the Watchdog Morning Show. Tony brought you up to date on the Guaranteed Rate Bowl last night. Mountaineers lose that one 18-6. We had the game for you here on the Watchdog, of course, as the official voice of Mountaineer sports here in the Upper Ohio Valley. And coming up this weekend, it is yet another bowl game, Biffy. The Rose Bowl on Saturday, on New Year's Day. Ohio State takes on Utah. And we'll have an Ohio State bowl preview show for you Friday evening, New Year's night from 7 to 9 o'clock. Then the game is, kickoff is, broadcast time is 3:30. Kickoff is what, Biffy, do you know?
5 o'clock for the Rose Bowl.
All right, 5 o'clock for the Rose Bowl. So we will have that for you here on the Watchdog. I guess a couple of Ohio State players have opted out of the Rose Bowl, huh, Biff?
Yeah, about, I think either 4 or 5 players, and a couple of them are big-time players, but that's that seems to be the trend during bowl season is guys want to leave early for the NFL draft. West Virginia last night, Letty Brown, the great running back, chose not to play in the bowl game. So West Virginia was without him. Don't know how much a difference he would have made last night, but certainly I think he would have had some impact. So he was one. Two of Notre Dame's, their running back, Kyron Williams, and on offense, and Kyle Hamilton on defense. They're going to lose a couple. They've lost a couple, actually, for their bowl game Saturday as well against Oklahoma State. Again, Ohio State, 4 or 5 that have chosen to get ready for the NFL, and it's hard to keep track between the guys that are choosing not to play in the excuse me, losing my voice there, not to play in the bowl games, and which bowl games have been canceled, and it's just been a mess so far for bowl season, and hopefully we can get through the next couple of weeks and crown a national champion for college football.
And again, we'll have the game for you, the Rose Bowl for you on Saturday here on the Watchdog, Rose Bowl preview on Friday night. I guess the Sun Bowl was canceled and is back again. They had to scramble to find a couple of teams to play, but I guess they found a matchup, so there will be a Sun Bowl. Arizona Bowl is still canceled, I think. Like you said, this is kind of it's still a strange year, Biff.
Someone jokingly said, "Call Bishop Sycamore and see if they want to play." They can fill the void for one of those bowl teams or something like that. So I got
I like that. I like that.
I got a kick out of that one when I saw that. So
I like that.
Yeah, it's just
while we're talking about sports, one of the legends of the NFL, Biff, a coach, a broadcaster, and a guy who may be best known of all for creating a video game. John Madden passed away yesterday.
Yeah, Hall of Fame coach at the age of 85. Coached the Raiders when we were still calling them the Oakland Raiders. Now they're in Vegas, but to some they'll always be the Oakland Raiders. So, yeah, I've coached there for years, called football games with Pat Summerall, who has also passed away, and Madden was famous for giving the turkey legs on the Thanksgiving Day game to the winning team, and the players got a kick out of that. And yeah, if you had a video game console back in the day, and I'm sure at least one of them, there was some type of Madden football game that you had played. So yeah, kind of a sad day yesterday for the football NFL community.
One sports writer said yesterday, John Madden is the greatest and most influential sports broadcaster of all time. I would say it's arguable, but it certainly is arguable. I mean, he certainly would be in the running, right?
Yeah, I would think so. He would be up there, and it was always fun to watch the Thanksgiving Day game with him and Pat Summerall, and it was fun. I mean, he was very unique.
Fun's a good word to use. I mean, he made it fun, and listening to him made it fun, But I still find it fascinating. A guy who was a coach, who was a very prominent broadcaster, will probably best be known down through the years as a video game not creator, but the guy with a video game. Generations from now, kids will be talking about Madden, and they'll say, "Yeah, he was a great coach." Coach. I just thought he was a video game guy. So we lose the good ones, I guess, as time goes by. But I think somebody said, the phrase I saw was, died unexpectedly. They did not say what his cause of death was. And while certainly I don't think 85 is old, because, I'm old. You're 85, it can't be totally unexpected. You know what I'm saying, Biff?
Yeah, I don't, maybe we'll hear more later on today about it, and or not. I don't know, but
I don't know. They did not immediately reveal the cause of death. It was a year in which we lost a number of celebrities, of course. That's one of our ABC Year in Review segments here, taking a look back at some of the names in the celebrity world who we lost during the past year.
As we look back on 2021, we lost a lot of legendary entertainers. Celebrated actress Cicely Tyson was one of the first we lost this year.
You've been through these hard times before, Nathan.
The Emmy, Tony, and honorary Oscar winner was 96. The heartbeat of the Rolling Stones drummer Charlie Watts died in August at the age of 80.
Next.
Larry King was a broadcasting legend, hospitalized in January because of COVID. He died at the age of 87. DMX was a rap legend. His death in April at the age of 50 stunned the world. He battled drug addiction for decades, as did The Wire star Michael K. Williams, who died of an accidental overdose in September at the age of 54.
Fake news.
Comedian Norm Macdonald was able to keep his cancer a secret, dying suddenly in September at 61. This year, we also lost pioneering publisher Larry Flint, Oscar winners Christopher Plummer and Cloris Leachman, and influential Broadway legend Stephen Sondheim. Jason Nathanson, ABC News, Hollywood.
It's always amazing to me when you sit, we remember those individually. We talked about each of them as they passed away, but you sit and look at the list of people who have passed away, Biff, and you think about the talent that is gone in a single year. Boy, a lot of talented people there. 14 to the hour here on the Watchdog Morning Show. It is our Wednesday edition, and all this week we're doing a series of year in review segments with our friends from ABC, taking a look at the year in sports, the year in news, the year in politics, the year in health, the year in tech, And one of the big issues that was in the political arena for much of this year, and it dominated conversation but couldn't get much traction on Capitol Hill, was an effort to get a national voting law put into effect.
There's been a nationwide push among Republicans to restrict voting access in election battleground states like Georgia, Texas, Pennsylvania, Arizona, and others. Enhanced voter identification, absentee ballot restrictions, limiting ballot drop boxes among the proposed new election rules in several states. In Georgia, Republican lawmakers passed many of those measures despite Democratic objections. Georgia Republican Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger also petitioning for citizen-only voting.
What we're saying is that the only people that should be voting in our elections are American citizens.
Texas GOP voting restrictions go even further, enacting a ban on drive-through voting and new rules for voting by mail, measures prompting a Justice Department lawsuit led by Attorney General Merrick Garland.
Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act requires that state voting laws provide eligible voters with an equal opportunity to participate in the democratic process and elect representatives of their choosing.
There's also the John R. Lewis Voting Rights Act, named after the late congressman and blocked in the Senate under the leadership of Minority Leader Mitch McConnell. Derek Dennis, ABC News.
Another big issue that made its way to the forefront all throughout the year in a variety of different ways, not so much on Capitol Hill, but in various parts around the country, was the issue of racial relations and racial reckoning, individual incidents from George Floyd to others that really focused the attention this year on concerns over race.
2020 was a year of protests and a cultural reckoning with racism in America. 2021 was the year where the justice system was put to the test. 11 months after the world watched George Floyd die under the knee of Minneapolis police officer Derek Chauvin, perhaps one of the most consequential verdicts of our young century was reached on April 20th, 2021.
We, the jury, in the above entitled matter as to count 1, find the defendant guilty.
Demonstrators celebrated in Minneapolis and elsewhere as Derek Chauvin was found guilty of murdering George Floyd.
Our streets! Whose streets? Our streets!
The moment brought hope to those who had called for a change in the relationship between police and Black Americans. Later in the year, the nation was captivated by the trial of Kyle Rittenhouse, who was acquitted of killing 2 protesters during demonstrations in Wisconsin, as well as the trial of 3 white men found guilty of murdering Ahmaud Arbery, a Black man killed while out for a run in Georgia. Mark Remillard, ABC News.
It's 8:50, 10 to the hour here on the Watchdog Morning Show. And finally, in today's installment of Year in Review, we'll take a look back at the economy. We'll continue this tomorrow with additional reports tomorrow in our Year in Review segment. But the economy was not one that President Biden was totally happy with.
Kind of like a Dickens novel. That's one way to describe the economy in 2020.
It was the best of times, and it was the worst of times.
Bankrate senior economic analyst Mark Hamrick.
Many Americans have done, quote unquote, just fine, having the inability to spend because so many options have been cut off. At the other end of the equation, historic unemployment, people unable to pay for food or basic services.
COVID-19 sent the stock market on a roller coaster of a ride, the first close above 30,000 and an historic drop into a bear market. Investopedia's Caleb Silver.
It only took about 2.5 weeks to lose 20% of the value of the major indexes. And then it recovered in the fastest recovery out of a bear market in history in about 34 days.
And then there's the job market. Most of us know someone who lost theirs due to the pandemic. Unemployment skyrocketing to over 13%. And if you got to keep your job, you probably got to do it at home. A trend that's built some strong gains for the housing sector. Daria Albinger, ABC News.
Well, that's today's Year in Review segments. We'll have more for you tomorrow here on the Watchdog Morning Show. Also tomorrow, we're going to reflect on the top stories of the year in West Virginia. And maybe, if I can get a hold of John McCabe, we'll do the top stories of the year in the Upper Ohio Valley. I have my own thoughts and lists, and the Intel is putting together their stories, and they're out and published already. We'll talk about those as well. So tomorrow on the show, we'll continue the ABC National Year in Review, and we'll take a look at the top stories in West Virginia and in the Upper Ohio Valley as our Year in Review segments continue here on the Watchdog Morning Show. Also tomorrow, as I mentioned earlier, we're going to talk with the author of a book called, I'm looking at it here, Untapped Talent. And what this is about is second chance hiring. Now, it's something that we are very familiar with here in the Upper Ohio Valley. Best example is Ziegenfelders in East Wheeling that makes a point of trying to hire people who have problems with their resume. Those who are recovering from drugs, those who have maybe been felons and are trying to get their life back together. Second chance hiring is something that Ziegenfelders is big on, and it's a big trend around the country as well. So we'll talk tomorrow with Jeffrey Korzenk, who is the author of Untapped Talent, about how this is working in other places of the country. That's coming up tomorrow here on the Watchdog Morning Show. It is 8 before the hour, 46 degrees. We are the Watchdog Morning Show for a Wednesday.
Hey, man, what can I get you?
Yeah, can I have 2 Coors Light?
So when it comes to protection, go with the safest, most effective choice, vaccination. Get all the recommended vaccines for your baby by age 2 to protect your child against 14 serious childhood diseases. For more reasons to vaccinate, talk to your child's doctor. Go to cdc.gov/vaccines or call 800-CDC-INFO. A message from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention.
Highland Sports Complex is the coolest destination for sports and entertainment the Ohio Valley has ever seen. Pop in for some open basketball in our field house or reserve some turf time for your next practice or game on our synthetic fields. Online registration is open for development classes and leagues for youth and adults. Highland Sports is also the hottest destination for birthday parties and other events. So come challenge yourself on our play climb and enjoy your favorite virtual reality game in the arcade. No memberships required, so visit highlandsports.com to find your next entertainment experience and get ready to reach new heights.
Hi, this is Hoppy Kercheval. West Virginia, in many ways, is a diverse state, often with different issues, challenges, and successes depending on where you live. But we're also a small state, and we're all connected by being West Virginians. Every day from 10:06 till noon, I talk about and provide insight into the events that shape who we are. My approach is tough but fair, and we may disagree, but together we'll stay abreast of what's going on in our great state. Successes, the hardships, the challenges, and of course the politics that contribute to making us who we are. So join me weekdays, 10:06 till noon for Metro News Talk Line.
Live and local for the Ohio Valley, the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe continues.
And coming up is the Legislative Watchdogs, of course, at 9 o'clock, but Hoppy will be in at 10:06. And among his guests today, a lot of talk about the Guaranteed Rate Bowl last night. Tony Caridi is still in Phoenix. He'll offer his take on the 18-6 loss to Minnesota last night in the Guaranteed Rate Bowl. So will the Senator, Brad Howe. Talking with Hoppy more about the Minnesota game, the bowl game last night. Also, Chris Stirewalt comes in from the Dispatch and American Enterprise Institute talking about the death of Harry Reid, a longtime Democratic senator, a big player in the Obamacare passage, and passed away yesterday. Some talk about that with Chris Stirewalt coming up today at after 10 o'clock with Hoppy Kercheval. And the governor's chief of staff, Governor Justice's chief of staff, Brian Abram, will be in to talk about how some of the Federal CARES Act money will be used to address the existing nursing shortage. The governor wants $48 million to try to attract nurses to come to the state, but the plan would be that would work over a 4-year period of time. There are some nurses and nursing association groups that are saying, that's wonderful, we like that, but we are burned out, we are worn out, we are tired, double shifted out now. We need help now in our medical facilities. We need relief now with the nursing shortage. And so the governor's chief of staff will be talking about that coming up today with Hoppy coming up after the 10 o'clock newscast here on the Watchdog Morning Show. And the governor has his whole priority list of things that he was going to, we're down now to just 2 days left before the end of the year, and the governor has to spend all of that CARES money that he held in reserve for reasons I don't fully understand. Instead of using it all along the last 2 years since he's had it, he's now spending it all in the last few days to get rid of it, because otherwise he has to give it back to the federal government. Remember, we got $1.25 billion from that CARES Act money 2 years ago. We're supposed to spend it by the end of last year, got an extension, and the governor said, that's good, we'll spend it, and now here we are at the end of the extended year, and the money still had not been spent. But he did come up with a game plan last week of spending the money, $48 million for the nursing recruitment, $22 million for a back-to-work initiative. I'm not quite sure what that's going to be. $10 million for an emergency management crisis fund, $3 million for remote working facilities, $1.5 million for upgrades to the state fair facility. Is that really a COVID concern? There's some good things that are being done here. Well, I'm not putting this in that category. $1.3 million for the Do It for Baby Dog vaccine program, and then a lot of money being sent to some homeless shelters and food banks and so on. And that's good stuff. We'll talk more about that as time goes by. All right, I got to go. I'll be back tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock, with the go-around of the big gig. Are you back with me, Brother Biff?
I am here for a Thursday.
We'll keep on doing it till we get it right.
That could be a long time.
Indeed.
The Watchdog is FM 98.1, AM 1600 WKKX Wheeling, FM 97.7, AM 1370 WVLY Moundsville.
The ABC News is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
All right, Biffy. I am not coming in for a meeting today. I'm just going to go and curl up on the couch again. Yeah, made it, barely. I'm not coming in for the meeting today. I'm just going to go and crash on the couch again. I'm hoping this medicine will get me better by tomorrow. Just maybe, just to keep in mind, I may end up trying to just do 2 hours tomorrow, depending on how I feel. 2 hours was okay today. 3 hours killed me yesterday. If I don't have the energy, we may have to do something else, but I'll talk to you about it later. And maybe I'll be fine by tomorrow. That's my hope. So, but this stuff is killing me. This is just absolutely killing me. Yeah, you know what to do. I'll let you know, but you know what to do if necessary. But yeah, I'm not coming in today. I'm just going to go curl up on the couch and see if I can continue to recuperate. But first, I think I might have some sausage gravy and biscuits. That always makes me feel better. Yeah. All right. If you need me for anything, give me a call. I don't know what to do with that buzzing sound. I have to kind of pay attention, see if I can figure something out on that when I have a chance. Okay. Appreciate your help, as always. Thanks very much, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Thanks. Bye.
Insurance company customizes your home insurance so you only pay for what you need. Here are some zany sounds. Saving on home insurance is no laughing matter. Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance, so you only pay for what you need. The money you save could change your life. It's time for you to take your insurance choice seriously. Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Hammering headaches? Ow. Aching muscles? Put the squeeze on your tough pain with Goody's Cool Orange. The same fast-acting, powerful Goody's powder in a great-tasting Cool Orange flavor. Beat tough pain to a pulp with Goody's Cool Orange. Also, blast your pain away with Goody's Mixed Fruit Blast. 2 flavors, tough on pain, tasty on your tongue. We made Goody's fast, Goody's delicious.